Okay, another project I'm working on is we just got a 319H grant from DEP to do the Rockaway Mall. Rockaway Mall, if you know, it's in Rockaway, obviously, right? And it's where one of the small planes landed a while ago when it was in trouble because there's so much pavement there. There's a lot of pollution associated with the Rockaway River, and they said, you know what if we go in and we retrofit this mall and we try to take care of some of the stormwater management? So we're talking about maybe putting in some of these tree boxes, these filters is one of the systems that we're considering. And the idea is the water goes into this box here and goes in and waters the tree and goes through the soil, and as it goes through the soil, the pollutants get removed, and eventually clean water comes out the bottom and then goes off into the storm sewer system. So it's a very effective system. It adds trees to the parking lot, and those trees shade the parking lot to cool it off, to help with that, that heat island effect that we have in urban areas. But and also cool the Mercedes, the leather seats in the Mercedes, so you don't burn your fat ass when you get in the car, right? So that's good, right? So we have to worry about that. So that's another thing. Now, the city of Newark, we got a 319H project to do, environmental justice project with the city of Newark. So we're going to do stormwater management in Newark, right? So we hooked up with the Greater Newark Conservancy, and they said, we got 30 vacant lots that we want to convert into community gardens. So we said, okay, well, what if we help you harvest rainwater that would normally go into the combined system and use that water to irrigate these community gardens, and we'll build a couple rain gardens to treat stormwater runoff from local roads and stuff. So they're excited about that. So we've designed 30 community gardens in Newark, and actually we're going to start building 2 of them next month, October. So that's another project we worked on. Okay. So Sustainable South Bronx is an organization in the South Bronx that trains adults to try to get back into the workforce. Okay. So they found out that I taught people about rain gardens, so they asked me to come to the South Bronx. And never having been to the South Bronx, I said, sure. Now I know why. So we went and we did a 2-day certification course for these guys. We've done it a few times now. And we taught these guys on how to build rain gardens, because it turns out New York City's got a Green Street program. And part of the requirement is we need to hire local people to work on this. So now these guys have a certificate from Rutgers that they've been trained on how to build rain gardens, so it's going to help get a job in this program, right? And whenever we do a training program, actually build a rain garden. So actually built rain gardens here in front of this building. This building was one of those places that reclaims lumber and things, like recycles it and reuses and resells it. So it's a perfect fit for the building. So it was funny though, because we trained these guys. At the end of the 1-day training, I asked the guy who was running the program, so where are these people from? Some of them just can't find jobs, and some of them are right from prison. I said, really? I said, yeah, those 3 guys just got out last week. So I looked, my wallet was still there, it was fine. And it was funny because the 3 guys who just got out of jail were the guys who had the most questions. We're very excited about this, and actually talking about starting their own businesses. So now we're talking about job training, we're talking about small business growth, which according to the Democrats and the Republicans, right, both parties, is a good idea, right? So that's good. Okay, so Parsippany Troy Hills, we've done a lot of work up there. We've got a 319H project there to fix the Troy Brook. We put rain gardens in front of the municipal buildings. They've got a public works yard, and they had this fire road behind the public works yard, and it was this very hard gravel road. So whenever it rained, off the aluminum roof that they had covering all the tractors would go onto this road. The road would fill with water, and the water would run right back into the offices that were in this building. So once again, people's offices were getting wet. And the problem was the head of public works, his office was getting wet. So we can't have that, right? So we went and we put this turf stone in, which is just these concrete blocks that you have little diamond voids in there, and the grass grows through that. And now all the water goes on this turf stone road and goes right into the ground, so no longer goes back and floods in the building. It's very inexpensive to put in, and it's really cool when you go there in the spring to meet the public works guys, and there's a guy with a mower mowing the road at Public Works. I mean, how cool is that, right? So we did that, and we're building some bioretention swales at this facility, and we're eventually would like to make this public works yard the first public works yard in New Jersey that has 0 runoff. Okay, 0 stormwater runoff, and that's kind of our goal, and then use that as a model for the rest of the state. Cooper River watershed, we're building a lot of rain gardens. I've got flyers here. Some of these you could pass around. These are on my website too, but a rain garden is just really a shallow landscape depression. Okay, so what happens when you call a landscaper in New Jersey? What does he do? He comes, he puts a pile of mud on your front yard and puts white pines in there, right? And covers it with mulch, and that's landscaping in New Jersey, right? So what if we put a shallow depression diverted stormwater from the rooftop, from the driveway, into that depression, put native plants in there, so now I don't have to water the plants. It treats the water that's running off my driveway, running off the road, running off the rooftop, removes the nutrients. The water seeps through the soil, other pollutants get absorbed in the soil, and it's a very inexpensive way to go. So for a typical home, what we would do is we would build a 200 square foot rain garden, 20 foot by 10 foot. Now I'm a civil engineer, so when I say 200 square foot rain garden, I am going to build a rain garden that's a perfect rectangle, 20 foot by 10. And like I did at my house, and my wife came home and screamed and yelled at me, and it looked like crap, and these character, make a kid in shape, you know. It cost about $200 for the plants. It took my mother-in-law about 3 hours to dig it out. And, you know, well, I had to feed her, and let her stay for the day. But, so it's a really easy thing to do. But my rain garden treats 1,000 square feet of impervious surface, which is basically my driveway that's 20 feet by 50 feet, okay? It captures, it treats, and infiltrates 25,000 gallons of stormwater a year. So now if I can get 39 of my neighbors to do that, I'm capturing, treating, and infiltrating 1 million gallons of stormwater a year that would go normally into the stream untreated, okay? So these become very, very simple, very cost-effective ways of doing things, and we tend to build these a lot of places, and we build a lot of demonstration projects. We've got a great website of that at water.rutgers.edu. Hackensack Riverkeeper called us up, and he wanted a green roof. So we worked with the landscape architecture department students, my engineering students, and we designed a green roof. And we're trying to get some money from Ph.D. To actually build it, because Ph.D. was giving out grants, and they actually volunteered labor to construct it. So it would be the first green roof in Hackensack. So we're pretty close to that. I'm just debating whether I should actually sign the plans, because the building's about 120 years old that they're putting this on, and I'm worried the green roof's going to collapse and someone's going to lose their PE license. So I'm going to try to get somebody from Princeton Hydro to sign the plans. So the bottom line is my Rutgers Cooperative Extension Water Resources Program was really designed 8 years ago to really help people solve their water problems. We run all over the state, and we do that with everybody. We work with NGOs, we work with nonprofits, we work with consultants, we work with anybody. We're not free, but we're cheap. Okay, so and we do really good work. And you guys can contact me anytime you want. I'd be glad to come talk to you about how we can help your municipality out. And you know, somebody said they're looking for resources. Well, here we are. Okay, and we get students involved, so it's an educational experience for the students. But yet, I have trained professionals who've been working for me for years who oversee all the work. So you're not just going to get a student product. You're going to get something that's real designs that'll actually work, and will help you implement it.